Finland moved by defector stories. Korean makeup proves popular in the Middle East. Juicy vegetarian burger. Korean Taekwondo coach keeps Taekwondo kicking in Cambodia. Government minister's affection for Taekwondo. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-mi. Going Global would like to wish Happy New Year to all of our viewers. Now, our first news in 2017 is about medical science related to pregnancy. Over in the United Kingdom, a woman in her 20s who had one ovary frozen at the age of 9 successfully gave birth to a baby. The mother, 24-year-old Muata Al-Matrushi, was born with an inherited blood condition called beta thalassemia, which could be fatal if left untreated. Before undergoing chemotherapy, her right ovary was removed and frozen. This is the first reported successful case of a birth involving an ovary from a body that had yet to undergo puberty. The development of medical science is giving greater hope to couples waiting for a baby, and may their wishes come true this year. And now, let's turn to our first story today. Helsinki, the capital of Finland, has been called the symbol of peace and human rights in the political history of Europe. Amid worsening human rights violations in North Korea, Finnish university students and parliamentary members invited defectors to hear their stories. Let's take a closer look.
This hall in Helsinki, Finland is filled with visitors. The visitors look solemnly at the picture of North Korea's re-education camps. Some 300 visitors came to a lecture arranged by students from the University of Helsinki and the Korean Student Association featuring defectors from North Korea.
어디서 구입했으며 또 누구하고 같이 갔으면 몇 번을 더 하는가 하고 저서를 쓰라고 하였으나 북한은 수령 독재 체제를 유지하기 위해 인민들을 한가 수령에게만 충성을 하라고 하고.
Audience members were moved to tears by eyewitness accounts of what happened at Cheongwori Prison, known as Prison Number 12.
죽어서 먹는 시체는 상동물로 자르고 불태우고 그들이 뼈는 땅에 묻히지도 못하고 정거리 야산의 뼈무지 속에 널려 사계절 용기를 담고 있습니다.
The audience applauds the defectors' courage to escape North Korea and enlighten others about what is happening.
So if you only look the question from newspapers, you would only know about the North Korean leader and what things he is doing. But here today we heard what is actually the life of ordinary North Koreans and how horrible the living conditions can be.
Members of the human rights group of the Parliament of Finland also listened to the defector stories in person. They urged the international community to show continuous efforts to understand North Korea's situation.
It is very true that what was said today, that this is something of its own kind. Mm-hmm. It's so large and so systematic, and of course, I think it's very difficult for us to imagine that anybody can do these kind of horrid things to another human being. Mm.
This is the first time that North Korean defectors visited Finland and talked about their experiences. Following the United Nations Commissions on Inquiry on Human Rights in North Korea in 2014, there's rising interest in North Korea's human rights issues.
Moving on to our next story. The growing popularity of Korean dramas among women in the United Arab Emirates has led to a growing interest in Korean makeup. Women there are turning to natural-looking makeup that also benefits their skin, leading to a boost in Korean cosmetics exports. Let's find out more.
University student Miriam nurtures an interest in Korean culture. Today, she is a model for Korean-style makeup. The makeup artist has a YouTube channel with some 100,000 subscribers and is demonstrating the styles of Korean actresses.
One is my skin. I felt it's not dry. And the second thing is my lips.
그러니까 한국 드라마 속에서 여배우들이 어떻게 이렇게 윤기 나는 물광 피부를 만드는지를 좀 보여드렸습니다. 그랬더니 되게 많이들 좋아하시는 것 같았어요.
The popularity of the Korean dramas kicked off by the series known as Daejanggeum. It has led an interest in the makeup styles sported by Korean celebrities. This demonstration session brought in some 100 women who all had to reserve their seats in advance.
I have, as I said before, masks. Because my skin is not that much better. The dim product is more natural. That's why it fits my skin.
Arab women prefer thick and dark makeup. As there are many restrictions on what they wear in public, the women put more emphasis on makeup.
I'm interested in Korean culture, and that's it. They drive me to Korean products and things like that. Korean food and other things.
Exports of Korean cosmetics to the United Arab Emirates are increasing each year. Many locals welcome Korean cosmetics as their components are gentle on their skin.
Our third story of the day. In the United States, a new type of vegetarian burger is drawing in diners because the meat substitute not only tastes like meat, but also has a similar meaty juice. Let's take a closer look.
A burger patty is sizzling nicely on a grill. As it cooks, it turns into an appetizing shade of brown. Each bite brings a mouthful of joy and delicious juices. You might think that this is an everyday burger. However, it's 100% vegetarian.
It has a mouthfeel exactly like ground beef, just like a hamburger. Tastes like meat. It's got a juiciness. It's got a fattiness.
I mean, if I didn't know that this wasn't a meat, I would not be able to tell.
This wholly veggie burger is named the Impossible Burger or the Bleeding Burger. This patty is made with wheat protein, potato protein, and coconut oil. The secret behind its meat-like taste is the abundant juice. The juice has substances called like hemoglobin, found in plant roots and peas. The Bleeding Burger is the product of startup Impossible Foods that was established in 2011. Following its debut at New York City in July of last year, the burger is now available in 4 U.S. cities for between $12 and $17. The startup is researching plant products that can replace meat. Impossible Foods garnered media attention after receiving massive investments from Bill Gates and Hong Kong tycoon Li Ka-shing. The startup's goal is not simply earning money from vegetarians. 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions comes from the livestock industry. Impossible Foods' goal is to create a sustainable Earth.
We only use a quarter of the water. We only produce an eighth of the greenhouse gases that a burger from a cow would produce.
Along with interest in health and the environment, interest in alternative foods is on the rise around the world.
Which is that we're not here for small change. We're interested in very large, ambitious change to transform the food system. Pat Brown likes to say that we'll be successful if you can see our impact from outer space.
Amazing.
Moving on to our next story. Taekwondo practitioners are on the rise in the Southeast Asian nation of Cambodia. Cambodia's first ever Asian Games gold medal came from Taekwondo in 2014, and since then, many people have taken it up. One man behind this Taekwondo boom in Cambodia is the national team coach, Choi Yong-sok. Let's find out more.
The Cambodian national Taekwondo athletes are in the midst of training. Their loud voices and powerful kicks attest to their skills. One man pays close attention to all athletes. It is head coach Choi Yong-sok, who has written Cambodia's Taekwondo history for the past 20 years.
제가 처음에 왔을 때 이제 세계연맹에 등록된 지가 1년밖에 되지 않은 이제 신생 국가였었거든요. 처음에 이제 그때 당시에는 이렇게 도복을 입고 운동을 해도 많은 사람들이 볼 때는 가라데 한다라고 얘기를 많이 들었어요.
Taekwondo began to take hold of Cambodia following the 2014 Asian Games in Incheon. Cambodia's first ever gold medal in the Asian Games came from Taekwondo. Gold medalists Sorn Sivmay and Choi Yong-sok emerged as national heroes. Now there are some 20,000 practitioners in Cambodia, showing its great popularity. The Cambodian government bestowed the nation's greatest award on Che for his efforts in developing PE.
내 마음가운데 항상 대한민국 국민이라는 국기 태권도라는 어떤 그런 자부심을 가지고 왔고 또 그것에 대한 보답이 또 이렇게 온 거에 대해서 이거는 저 개인의 어떤 훈장보다는 정말 우리 대한민국의 태권도에 주는 훈장이라고 생각을 합니다.
Che's efforts to spread Taekwondo in Cambodia are slowly bearing fruit. A Taekwondo academy he established last year will foster future Taekwondo talents.
It's time for our last story today, which is also about Taekwondo. Cambodian Minister of Education, Youth and Sports Heng Chon-naron received his black belt within 1 year of taking up Taekwondo and plans to implement Taekwondo classes in Cambodian schools nationwide. Let's take a closer look.
Cambodian Minister of Education, Youth and Sports Heng Chon-naron starts his day with Taekwondo. Despite the blistering heat at 36 degrees Celsius, he makes time every morning to practice Taekwondo.
ខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តទាំងតតទាំងភូមិសេប៉ុន្តែសំខាន់ទៀតគឺចូលចិត្តទៅហៅថា philosophy បាទមានន័យថា respect endurance.
Heng took up his current post as a Minister of Education, Youth and Sports 3 years ago, and he's currently working on large-scale education reform. In his first year, he even had police deployed to college entrance exam sites to deter cheating, establishing his upright reputation. Taekwondo appealed to Heng because of its strict discipline and etiquette.
ទី1គឺអប់រំដើម្បីឲ្យមានវិន័យបើមានវិន័យល្អមានន័យថារាល់ថ្ងៃ
Cambodia went through the brutal civil war and the Khmer Rouge regime in the 70s. The regime wiped out intellectuals and the wealthy, eliminating opportunities to pass on knowledge to future generations and keeping the nation in poverty. Heng predicts that Taekwondo will be integral to Cambodia's future.
ផ្នែកទី1គឺដើម្បីលើកទឹកចិត្តឲ្យយុវជនបាទដែលគាត់ហៅថានៅក្មេងចង់ឲ្យនៅតាមសាលាមានក្លឹប Taekwondo ដែលអាចជួយដល់យុវជនហ្នឹងបានរៀនសូត្របាទបានអញ្ចឹងឃើញថា
Heng successfully passed promotion tests for Taekwondo and became a certified black belt practitioner. He is the first ever government official of a ministerial level to refuse an honorary black belt and earn it himself through study and practice.
캄보디아에 정규 과목으로 태권도를 이어주는 것으로 저하고 약속을 했습니다. 그렇다면 앞으로 태권도는 급약적으로 발전하지 않나. 그분의 노력이 결국 캄보디아 태권도 발전에 밑거름이 되라 저는 확신합니다.
Taekwondo calls for patience with all practitioners starting at the lowest level and advancing slowly. Cambodia will steadily reach a more prosperous future through Taekwondo.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. There is a saying in Korea that not even the Buddha can give advice on relationships. It's difficult, maybe impossible for a third party to know exactly what's going on in a relationship. Over in Japan, a new artificial intelligence system was developed to provide dating advice. And the system, called Oshieru, analyzes online posts seeking dating advice and provides answers. For example, Oshieru can sympathize with the advice seeker and suggest that he or she find out more about the other party before taking the next step. Artificial intelligence is truly becoming powerful, and one can only wonder where its limits lie. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.